Well, we are here with a Saturday Live special. Yes, we are here now. And hello to all of you. And this is the February live stream, the showcased beginning of the February 2024 or 2025 live streams now. Hello to Wanda. Good day to you. Top of the Saturday evening to you, my lovely Wanda. Hello and hugs to you always, and love to you and Sophie always. Always is it a real pleasure hearing from you. Always. Marcia and Melvin, hello to you both, Mr. and Mrs. Toms. But no worries. No worries. It'll be watchable on the replay, so no worries at all. No worries at all. You know, hello to you, my lovely Pamela. Hello, not without a hug. Not without a hug always. Not without a hug. Blacksmith is in. Hello to Blacksmith. And Harriet's here. Hello to Harriet. Charlie. Avery, no audio? No audio? That's unusual. Oh yes, you had your phone was muted, but I'm sure you've unmuted your phone now. Hello to you, Avery. And you, Avery, here is from the Noah the Cat community to share this with all. Christine, hello to you, Christine. Certainly is it a real pleasure. Rexy, hello to you. Hello, good evening, Rexy. Certainly is it a real pleasure, as usual. Always is it a pleasure. Betty, hello to Betty and Steve. To what do I owe you this pleasure, both of you? And thanks to Steve for all that he did when he served in the armed forces. And Nutmeg, hello to you. Marie, hello always. Hello. And this is it. We are here for Saturday. And gosh, what a Saturday. I do hope all of you are happily enjoying your Saturday. I mean, and have I got some stories to tell you regarding earlier today? I've certainly got some stories to tell you. I mean, and all that. And particularly an interesting story, a particularly notably interesting story to so share, which happened earlier today. I look good tonight. Oh, thank you, Charlie. Thank you for saying I look good. Thank you. Thank you most sincerely, kindly. Thank you. But I'm hoping you're enjoying your weekend, most importantly, Charlie. But most greatly sincerely, I do sincerely hope you had a nice birthday this time last week. I do hope you had a nice birthday this time last week, Charlie. It's not every day you have a 16-year-old friend, isn't it, eh? You know. Oh, Avery. Avery, thank you kindly for your friendliness towards Blacksmith. Thank you. Betty and Nutmeg, thank you for your friendliness towards one another. And Marie, thank you for your friendliness towards lovely Nutmeg. Thank you most sincerely, kindly, always. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you always. You know, but can one believe we've already got to February of 2024, of 2025, sorry. We are now February 2025. Just where did the time go? Howdy, Zeph. Howdy, and hugs always. Hello to you always, my lovely Pamela. Not without a big hug. If I hug you, I wouldn't want to let you go. And all that. And hello to Braveheart. Hello to Braveheart, Pamela. Thank you, Blacksmith, Harriet, Pamela. And Nutmeg and Betty for your friendliness towards Zev. Thank you. Yes, no. Undoubtedly, Christine, spring is getting closer. It's getting closer and closer. And hopefully some warmer weather compared to what we've currently had. Actually, Harriet, this is not a new jumper, no. This is not a new jumper. This, in fact, Harriet, this was my late grandfather Edmund's jumper, which I'm wearing, to tell you something. That's my late grandfather's jumper. Surprise you as it might. I'm funny. Oh, Nutmeg. I think you're quite funny too. 70 Fahrenheit. If only we had that weather now in the United Kingdom, Pamela. If only we had this sort of weather. It's considerably colder than that. Cold. Though it was sunny, it was very, very frozen cold. Like extremely frozen cold. It's a nice colour. Thank you, Nutmeg. Thank you sincerely, kindly. Thank you. It's a lovely jumper. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you sincerely, kindly. Thank you. Feels good to wear my beloved late grandfather Edmund's jumper. It certainly does. Well, to tell you something, Pamela, to tell you something, I cannot begin to describe how pleased I am to have inherited my late grandfather's jumpers. Well, I inherited some of his jumpers and inherited quite a good few of his shirts and suit jacket blazers after he died. So you know, I really do believe it's the right thing to do. Inherit something from your late grandparents after they've died. Inherit some of their valuables. Oh my goodness, 26 Fahrenheit is nothing but cold. Nothing but cold. Nothing but. Far too cold. 26 F goes into the bloody minus. Frozen cold. Ta-da! Hello to you, my lovely Maureen. Ta-da! Hello and hugs. Fingers crossed, hoping you get well soon. I do hope you get better soon post sepsis infection. That's beyond chilly, Pamela. That's frozen cold. That's nothing but frozen cold. Hi, Heidi. Hello there. Hello. Oh, no worries. We all make mistakes, Pamela. There's certainly no worry at all. You're in shorts and t-shirts. Oh, my goodness. 70 Fahrenheit. If I was in your Pamela, can I tell you something? Had I been in your neck of the woods now, I would not be wearing shorts and a t-shirt. I would be wearing my trousers with likely a shirt and jumper and coat, but not a winter coat, but more likely a spring weight coat, something like that, and a light V-neck jumper and shirt. But right now, I've buttoned up my top shirt collar because of how cold it's gotten in recent times. Cold. Oh, Harriet, that's so lovely of you to have said so. Thank you sincerely, kindly. Thank you. Still cold here, snow almost gone. Oh, that's lucky. That's a big bonus. That the snow is almost gone. So yes. It's always lovely to see our Hailey. Thank you, Harriet, Dormery, And Pamela, for your friendliness towards Hailey. Thank you. Thank you. And Nutmeg too. Yes, Maureen. Now, Harriet, please let me read this, okay? Please let me read this now. Okay, Maureen, right. The doctors have changed your antibiotics, and you're now on a combination of two. The infection has gone into the joint even more, but the pain is bearable now. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh, that's something. But thank goodness your pain is bearable. But my goodness. Expecting snow tomorrow, Monday. Bloody hell. Oh, gosh. It's an absolute yikes indeed. It's a complete yikes on that fact of the matter. Right, I'm still here. Do be assured. Avery, yes, okay, right, okay. Have I ever heard of the Ginger Cat House Rescue? I believe they are in your neck of the woods. You follow them on Facebook, trying not to spam. Don't worry, Avery, you're certainly not spamming by asking me this. I have not heard of the Ginger Cat Home Rescue, I'm afraid, no. Not yet. I've only just found out about them through you. That is, Avery. Capri, hello to you. Oh, thank you for saying I'm cuddly. Well, I think if you hugged me, well, I might not feel cuddly, but I do like hugs. You know, I'm all for hugs and cuddles, but don't know if one could feel that if you were to feel hugging me in real life, Capri, I don't think you'd find me the cuddliest of men if you hugged me. Even though I'd go for the hug, you probably wouldn't think I'm physically cuddly. But I won't go too far because I don't want to get into trouble if I go too far, talk in the explained depth of it. Sir Lord Dandy, sir. Hello to you, Sir Lord Dandy. Hello to you. Oh gosh, wow, big storms out here in the west. It's warmer storms, lots of rain. It's not even snowing at the higher elevations. This isn't a good thing, I could imagine. You have an affinity for a lot of things I do. I wouldn't say hello to you without a big, nice, long hug and squeeze, my lovely Pamela. And I wouldn't want to let you go. But you've got an affinity for a lot of things I do, don't you, Pamela? And you've particularly got a keen interest in my hair, as you've said to me before. No, but I do very much appreciate the compliments you've provided to me regarding the head of hair that I've got. Almost 5K feature getting a Pineapple Express. This could be a big mess. Can you imagine? Oh, thank you. Oh, Pamela. Oh, my lovely, lovely Pamela. Don't you know just how endearing you really are? You are always lovely in every way. My hair looks nice a bit longer. It suits me. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you. Ah, ouch. Sorry, my ear was momentarily itchy. Oh, thank you for saying I'm precious, Maureen. That's a very nice compliment. Thank you sincerely, kindly. Thank you. I've stolen all your hearts. and made all of you very protective of me. Yes, I mean, could you imagine just how, I mean, no, I do appreciate one's protective side towards me. And and I had this daydream once, speaking of one being protective of me. Can we not make a joke of the ear gate, please, Harriet? I mean, why? Please don't make a joke of this one, because my ear was actually itchy. And itchy ears can actually be frustrating, Harriet. So can we leave the joke alone on that? Nutmeg, don't encourage Harriet. Having an itchy ear is frustrating. So please, can we not make a joke on my itchy ear? Because it was actually quite frustrating, just to say. I know you're trying to have fun, but I personally don't find that one funny, okay? Just to say. No, but speaking of one being protective of me, Maureen, I mean, honestly, this daydream I had was extremely funny. When I go over to Texas, I'm visiting Pam and her dearly loved husband, Pamela, and her dearly loved husband, and the evening time falls, and I just clap my hands and say, right, I think I'm going to go out for a nice little pint in the pub. No, I said, right, I think I'm going to have a nice little sociable drink in the pub. And then off I go walking, only to be blocked in the way by Pamela. And she's like, where do you think you're going? I was like, oh, I'm only going out for a little drink in the pub, that's all. Oh, no, you're not going anywhere. But I'm a grown man. It's too dangerous for. I might be a small grown man, but it's too dangerous for you to go. I was like, and then I just sigh sadly. I'm like, oh, all right. And then Pablo's just, this is not real life. It was a daydream I had. And she's like, oh, honey, Foxy, honey, I know I don't mean to be overprotective of you, but then walking over and giving me an embraced hug, a tightly held embraced hug, ends up saying, I just cannot stand the idea of you getting hurt. And then I give into the embraced hug. And then obviously I'm dragged over to the sofa, to the couch. Only kindly and gently though, and then she's like, come on now, please talk to me, come on. That sort of thing. Well, thank you, Maureen. No, really, I cannot thank you enough for your kindly endearment towards me as usual. Thank you always, my lovely Maureen. I always love receiving compliments from you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Sheddy. Hello to you. It's quite all right, Nutmeg, but I think you'd probably, if you had the experience of an itchy ear, you would probably know only too well just how frustrating it really is. Coleslaw, hello to you. Hello. I'm quite well, thank you, Sherry. Enjoying my Saturday and meeting up with my bestie tomorrow. So the weekend's going exceptionally well for me, I've certainly got to say. Loss of vegetation will do that. No, loss of vegetation is ghastly. Nutmeg's right on that. Oh, but the California had the major. It was very major, and even many celebrities had to flee their homes. You like when Nutmeg leaves a lot of messages in the chat, because then you get to see the cat picture more. That, Coleslaw, the cat, is her cat Blinky, who's a beautiful, fluffy Norwegian forest cat, to tell you something. Pamela, oh, I'm so pleased. Oh, Pamela, I'm extremely pleased. Your goat Moxie is much better. Thank you for everyone who sent up a prayer for her. It worked. I need to give her an antibiotic shot for the next 4 mornings, then she can rejoin the herd. I mean, I'm so pleased for Moxie. I'm so pleased for your Moxie, Pamela. Harriet, there's yes, no, but Harriet, could you not do that again? Because that was actually very frustrating. having an itchy ear. Oh, Rexy, now this is very interesting. This is by and large interesting now. Creating your own bus route and company currently. It's called Surrey Downs and currently has 20 buses in one route, which is the route 380 from Reigate Town Centre to Horsham. Could you imagine if that bus route was real life? It would certainly serve the community very well, wouldn't it? Yes. Obviously, Metrobus would have to get special permission for that. Oh yes, happy Catterday, my lovely Heidi. Happy Catterday and protective hugs. We look out for our small ones, don't we? Especially if it's lovely Hailey. And especially, you know, if anybody's who's got a fairly nervous personality like Hailey, or I won't go too far in depth regarding her personality traits, and also small. And obviously, if you've got friends smaller than you, certainly for height, and if they may be a little more nervous than you, try and make them feel as protected as possible. Because I would certainly try that with Hailey too. That's what I'd always try and do. It would serve the community. It would be fantastic to serve the community. It would really be fantastic. Bus route serving the Reigate. The Reigate and Horsham community really would, by and large, in every entirety of it. They are acutely very picky eaters. You have a pasture about 4 acres for them. 2 livestock dogs guard them for predators. A good thing they're guarded from predators. Oh, how lovely, Nutmeg. How lovely learning that Blinky would love to curl up on Hailey's lap. I mean, but is she a lap cat? Now, I have always been wondering, Nutmeg, is your Blinky a lap cat? Because it's very, very rare for Daphne to be a lap cat. You went to the farm shop. Okay, Sir Lord Dante, you went to the farm shop. I would like a goat for the wife. Sorry, sir, we don't do part exchange. You're a good jokester, aren't you, Sir Lord Dandy? You're a fantastic jokester. Oh, Hailey. Oh, Hailey. Thank you kindly for your friendliness towards Nutmeg. Thank you indeed. Sorry, what is it that's going on? And all that. This is only too true, Maureen. Yes, fur babies are very, very therapeutic for us. They are very loving and compassionate. Too true regarding that. No. I mean, I was just looking for something, and it's a picture that amuses me very greatly. I'm probably going to get a big finger waved at me for showing it, but the picture's just too amusing. Ah. No, don't worry. I am going to find it. I am going to find it. Rest assured, it will be found. Hello, Carly Clogs. Hello to you. Thank you, Harriet. YouTube thought Nutmeg was being naughty. It's lovely having our Carly clogs in here, isn't it, Harriet? Oh, wait a moment. But do be assured, later on things are going to get much more interesting. This may get a bit funny if I'm going to show this one, and but then later on things are going to get potentially very interesting. It might not interest all of you, but you know, as one might say, you can't always please everybody, but you can always try. That's how one could so describe it. Da, 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 da. Right. Sorry, what is it? No. Things are going to get interesting. Things are certainly going to get interesting. Oh, you're back. No, don't worry. No worries. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Now I see your point on that, Pamela. Steve, hello. Please don't you worry about being late. We had Betty in here a moment ago, and it's wonderful having you both in, but don't you worry about being late. And Stephen, thank you for your years of service when you served in the armed forces. Thank you, and many great and well done for all that you did during your time when you served in the armed forces from 1974 to 1993, as Betty did so tell me. I certainly will, Sir Lord Dandy. Yes, indeed I will. For sure. I'll be back in time after meeting up with my bestie tomorrow, because we're only doing it in the afternoon at lunchtime. And then once we've met, I think I'm going to explore this. Going to do some railway enthusiast stuff. Really need to catch up with the railway enthusiast stuff. Even though I'm what you'd so describe half rail and bus enthusiast and half event attending and vintage enthusiast. You know. So yes, I'll be watching Sapper tomorrow. Yep, no, I can see you. I did see your dearly loved husband. Always, you are both fantastic, Betty and Steve. Both of you are fantastic. And since going back months now, Betty, since learning about your wonderful, dearly loved husband, Steve, being ex-military, it made me, there's an event that I go to that involves military vehicles annually. I only just started attending it this time last year, and when I next go, I will certainly be thinking of Steve. Well, certainly would I be thinking of Graham, Trevor, Sapper, and Hutch, and of course Steve too. I'll be thinking of the five enchanting men. And when I go in April of 2025 to this event. Good evening. Good evening to you, Southern and Solent on boards. Good evening. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you kindly for your friendliness towards Steve. Thank you. You no longer have him, but he was a great boy. I certainly will, Harriet. Yes, I certainly will now. If you bear with me a moment, I'm going to try and do it as quick as I can, because then I'm going to show something funny. Right, just got to get it up. But I'm going to be as quick as I can. Oh, it's certainly a pleasure. Certainly a pleasure, Charlie. Oh yes, and Carla's husband too. Yes, I do remember fairly faintly, Carla, you talking about your husband serving in the armed forces. Oh, it's done. Okay. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah. There we are. Done it anyway. Done it anyway. No, hoping you had a nice birthday last week. Oh, you certainly got some nice birthday presents. The Hornby stuff. Certainly got some nice birthday presents. And now I'm going to show something. It's some pictures that I find very, very amusing of my friend's cat. I'm going to get it up now, but is this going to risk me having the finger waved at me? It most certainly would, quite likely, yes. But don't worry, it'll teach me a valuable lesson. We have Asian bittersweet growing on your property, which has taken over beyond what you can do anymore. You heard that goats go after the roots in the ground and eat them. Oh God. Yes, right. Buses down here are carnage. It's one of the first bus depots are striking for basically the whole month. There's only 6 days throughout the month that aren't strike days. Oh shit. Sorry about the naughty language. Not at the moment. I'm happy with this background. I'm happy with it for the time being. But maybe in a couple of years or so, in about 2-3 years, I would think about it, Sir Lord Dandy, but not at the moment. I'm happy with this background for now. Maybe green screen or cut green screen. That was quite a mere bit unusual. What just happened? That was unusual. That happened a moment ago, but I'm back now. I'm back now. But that was a bit unusual. No, I'm back now. I was frozen a moment ago, but I'm back now. Can you see me? Okay. Can you see me? Hello? Can you see me? I'm now about to show something funny. Can you see me? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Please put a 1 in the comments if you can see me okay. Oh, we see. Okay, no, don't worry. You don't need to do the 1s. Now you don't need to put numbers in because you've just explained so. Now I'm going to show something a picture that I find irresistibly funny. Okay, thank you, Maureen, Dawn Marie, Carly Clogs, Blacksmith, Rexy, Christine, Pamela, Charlie. Thank you kindly. And Harriet, thank you. No need for the ones now. It's going to time show a picture that I find irresistibly funny. But always hello to you, Charlie. I mean, that was just a very unusual connectivity issue for about 2 minutes. And honestly, honestly, this picture of Nutmeg's cat Blinky with all all that shit, looking at a picture like this. Honestly, what a fantastic picture. Oh dear. A fantastic picture here featuring Nutmeg's cat Blinky with all this tissue paper wrapped around. Honestly, what a... Honestly, that's... Oh. This picture makes me laugh when I look. It always makes me laugh looking at it. She's a very pretty cat. Little monkey. Yes, she looked like a little monkey. Silly kitty. They do end. Yes. Getting into paper trouble. Good one, Curl. No, it's a very funny... It's very funny, Nutmeg. It's irresistibly funny and hard to stop looking at it at times. You'd expect to see a picture like that in a comically funny magazine featuring cats doing silly stuff. And all that. A sweet and sassy... My laughter is infectious. Oh, thank you, Maureen. Thank you kindly. Honestly, it's the best picture I could have seen. She's very expressive. You should see the looks that she gives you. You love my laugh too. Looked like paper. It was a cat with toilet paper, more likely. It's a good picture that Nutmeg captured. It's a fantastic picture she captured. This really should have gone in a cat magazine featuring silly pictures of cats doing silly stuff. It would go well in a cat magazine, that picture. It really well and truly would, you know. I mean, really. Oh, hello. What's this? Oh, hello to you. Strike a pose there, Blinky. Strike a pose there. Hello, hello, hello. What's this? Strike a pose. It's Blinky making a good pose for this portrait. Hello, hello. What's this? True that, true that. She's certain I couldn't agree with you more, Tomberry. Beautiful Blinky, and that's her portrait, posing portrait there. She's trying to fit herself on the radiator. I think she more or less does. Yes, because it was during Christmas, wasn't it? No, I haven't. No. No, but Carla asked me a question and I need to answer. I have to say, Carla, I've had an extremely pleasant day, thank you. I had a pleasant outing earlier today, and nothing, in my opinion, could have beaten a good outing with what I did. And something interesting is going to be told later on. I mean, when my outing was over, and I was when my outing was over, before I got the train back home, I ran into an 83-year-old man, and we both hit it off with a conversed conversation together. An 83-year-old man who just came up to me, and we both sat together and conversed, just talking about stuff. An 83-year-old man, and you wouldn't think the man was 83 if you'd met him. He'd be 84 in May of this year. I mean, if I don't know, I wouldn't have thought he was 83. I mean, if you'd said the man was, say, maybe 75, 76, I would have believed that. But he was very interesting. We had a good chat together, a good conversant chat together. The gentleman, the man, and I. And he actually, this was very funny, Carla, to share something with not just you, but all of you here. That the 83-year-old man came under the impression I was in my 40s. That was a funny impression he came under for me. And I actually said, actually, you'd be surprised. I'll be 24 this year. Well, I'm 23 at the moment. He said, but when are you 24? I said, I'll be 24 in June. So he's just 60 years my senior, this man. So I'm 60 years his junior, you know, even though he couldn't pass for it. But, you know, we had a good chat together, the man and I. He was waiting for his bus to get back home because he was going into Hastings and looking at furniture shops to find some useful new furniture. You'd like to request more garden walk videos. You really like the walks through the gardens. I'll see what I can do. I'll try and see what I can do. I'm going to be I'll try and go to the garden in my best friend's neck of the woods after we've gone to the museum together, because I'm meeting my bestie tomorrow, Pamela. So Lord Dandy, okay. What do you call a donkey with 3 legs? A wonky. Oh, your humour is very, very wicked, but funny. Hi, Sapper. Hello to you. You're in the supermarket. Oh, no, no worries. No worries at all. It's no trouble. It's certainly no trouble. As many have said to me before. I mean, now, Carla, can I share something? If only we acknowledged more people, certainly in this very day and age, if we had a greater acknowledgement towards others, then if we were more if we acknowledged more people, especially those who we don't normally meet, I think we'd be in a far better place than we are now if we were more conversant with others. Oh, are they? Splitting the 700 into 2, the 700 and 701, 5 and 10 no longer interjoined, a new route coming, but forgot the number, route post scrapped. Interesting. Thank you for sharing so. Self-service shapper. What's frozen again slightly? Oh, bother. Oh, bother. I mean, if I get frozen again, I'll probably be forced to stop. Oh. And I don't want to be forced to stop because I said how long I'm going to do it for. But do be assured it's not going to be a 2-hour long live. It's a 1 hour, 35 minutes long live. 702. It's a 700 and 701. and then a 5 and 10 no longer interjoined. 707. Out for the bus route. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you kindly for your friendliness towards Shapa. Thank you. And hoping you'll be out of hospital soon, Maureen. Right, Pamela, yes. Here in Texas, we even stop in the middle of the road to visit with others. How interesting. Cat not happy but cute. Are you referring to Blinky? That is. And I'm going to get something interesting here. Sounds like an auction. No, please, Pamela, don't worry. Pamela, don't you worry at all. It's certainly okay. I mean, like I've said before, Pamela, like I've said before, it doesn't matter if for those who cannot stay for the entirety of the live stream, it's no problem at all. It is certainly no troubling issue at all whatsoever. Camel meat, I don't think I'd fancy any camel meat, thank you, Sapper. But I'm going to look for something to show a very, very interesting sight. No, but really, very nice. It was a very interesting highlight for me when I conversed with the 83-year-old gent at the bus station in Hastings. All of us have responsibilities, Nutmeg, which is why it's no issue for those of you who cannot stay for the entirety of the live stream. Oh, Blacksmith, you are funny, aren't you? And also, the man did remind me of Sapper a little bit, and the only thing that about the 83-year-old man that reminded me of Sapper was the grey beard. He had a grey beard like Sapper, but a completely different shaped face to him. But other than that, I don't think he doesn't, his face is not shaped like Sapper's, but he had a beard like Sapper, but it wasn't long. It was a short grey beard just on this part here, and nearer the neck. And obviously the moustache beard and around the face part, all grey. He had a nice distinctive woolly hat, and a nice distinctive jacket and scarf to go with it. No, he was good looking, and nice dark green trousers and brown slip-on shoes. No, don't worry. Don't worry at all. No worries at all. Hump steak. I hope one can see me all right, but I'm going to show an interesting picture. I mean, it's a picture that appeals to me greatly, which I actually took earlier today, and it's certainly, I think anybody. Now, do be assured, Maureen, he was a very nice man. He was very good to talk to. He said the other day, it was about a day or two ago, he conversed with an 18, 19-year-old boy. They just sat on a seat or a bench together, and they just conversed. And the 18, 19-year-old was talking about his college days to the 83-year-old man. So he's a genuinely sociable man who I ran into. He was friendly and extremely well-meaning and very interesting because he came from a catering family because his mother worked in the catering business. And he once got through about 11 weddings all in 1 month because his mother catered not just for one specific establishment. She did catering for many different things, you know. You know, so no, it was a good chemistry he had, and it was a good meet. It was a very good meet that we had. the older man and I. He was a Battle resident. He was Battle East Sussex resident. You've had some interesting chats with older folks, particularly an old train driver who would cook food on a shovel in his train fire. So many things from the past to hear. Jason, hello, Jason. Certainly is it a pleasure seeing you on here. Is camel commonly served? You need to record more buses. Been trying to go to Chichester, but don't know what happens, but you keep cancelling. Lost your motivation for the time being. Oh, dear. You are busy with certain things, as you did tell me before, so do focus on your important things before making plans to go to certain places. That's my advice to you. Right, now I need to look for a picture. Just need to get it on the right folder. I'm looking for it. Wise advice. Thank you, Carla. Thank you kindly. Camel is readily available here. It's quite chewy. I wouldn't eat camel. I would never eat camel. Hello, Shane. Good evening to you, my good man. Now, if one could picture a sight like this, just an enchanting, trackless jungle of old buildings, standing from a viewpoint where you could just see a trackless jungle of old buildings here. I mean, this is a sort of viewpoint. This is a sort of view I could just spend a whole day looking at. A viewpoint of older buildings. This was earlier today what I saw. Earlier today I saw all of this. A trackless jungle of enchanted older buildings from a hillside viewpoint, that is. Couldn't agree with you more. Certainly couldn't agree with you more, Pamela. On the Discord, it would have a little picture profile to send pictures. But doing it on the StreamYard, it would be, you'd do the present and all that. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for your friendliness towards Shane. Thank you kindly. Yes. Well done you. Well done you, Nutmeg. Trying to preserve the vintage stuff. Preserve vintage and do not get rid of it. That's what I'd certainly say on that. But some people are just bloody stupid, unfortunately. I mean, there's nothing better than a good village scene from a hillside point. Oh, many times, yes. I've gone through Portsmouth every time I went to the Isle of Wight when my grandparents lived on the Isle of Wight. But after my late grandfather passed away, nearly 5 years ago now, because it's going to be the 5th anniversary of his death on the 18th of this month. Yes, please do not go on your soapbox, because sometimes, Nutmeg, when you're in your soapbox, I have noticed you being a touch bit rude when you go into your soapbox. So please watch what you do, okay? Because you don't want to upset the live chat here when going into a soapbox. But tearing down historic buildings is just awful. It's just well and truly awful. Your late grandfather was friends with some train drivers, and you'd visit and have a snack cooked for us. No, those I could imagine they're wonderful memories. I mean, oh, there's only so much one can do, Pamela. No one is. Thank you. No, but speaking of the Isle of Wight, I need to visit it one day. I haven't been to the Isle of Wight since my grandfather's funeral. I haven't been since then. So it's been what going on a good 5 years since I last went. Don't worry about it. Even when I've been annoyed about something, sometimes I've been rude inadvertently. But one thing I would say is I would understand any inadvertent rudeness you might have represented in your soapbox, Nutmeg, was obviously unintentional or done unintentionally. Because to tell you something, Nutmeg, back in October of 2024, I had unintentionally fat shamed some of my following supporters, and I'm not going to say who it was, but I did apologize privately, and I was thankfully forgiven. But Harriet, please, yes, I did move on from it, so you do not need to say move on from it, because I did move on, but just sharing an example to Nutmeg, that's all. No, I mean, if they end up tearing down all historic buildings, in your neck of the woods, that's just horrific. I do hope I really do hope a lot of historic buildings will be preserved, and all I can say to preserve historic buildings is keep the fight going. But I'm leaving it at that now. I'm becoming a need reader. Thank you, Sapper. Don't worry. I hope you get through your shopping errand all right. Hoping you get through it all right. Wanda, hello to you. Hello and hugs to you always, my lovely Wanda. And Wanda, I did see your comment. You were the first to comment before the live stream started. But obviously it was just the picture of me stood in front of the military vehicle with one of the people. There was actually an ex-military guy stood not far from me in the military uniform. And that was taken, Wanda, on the day of the Hastings commemorative military vehicle event, which took place in April of 2024. And it's going ahead again, April of this year, 2025. So always hello to our Wanda. Harriet, we've got Wanda in here, so please, I do know you never mean any harm, but please be nice to Wanda. I mean, I love Wanda, and I do personally feel protective of Wanda. All of us are protective of our Wanda, aren't we? Hello and hugs to lovely Wanda. If I hugged Wanda, I don't think I'd let her go. Sorry, Wanda, if it was a little too much. Hoping Sapper gets through the shopping errand all right, because it's not easy. But I'll leave it up for a little longer, this picture, so that Wanda can have a good look at it. Because I was nearly about to get the picture off, but then Wanda came, and I thought, well, leave it a little longer to give Wanda a chance to see it. You know, I'd like to give Wanda a little chance to see it. You know, but I don't know about you, Wanda, but this is actually a picture of what I saw earlier today. I took this from a hillside viewpoint, this picture. And I don't know about you, but certainly in my very humble opinions, most humble opinions, there is nothing better than seeing a trackless jungle of older heritage buildings when standing on a hillside viewpoint. To share with you on that. No, if I could, if I could, Wanda, I could just hug you right now. I could just hug you right now. No, I thought you'd like something like this, Wanda. I thought you would. True, right. If you didn't know, Maureen, Paisley is where the actor Tom Conti was born. Paisley. Yes, no, I have noticed you can get aggressive sometimes, Nutmeg, when you get into your soapbox. I have actually seen this, but good you didn't do it in the live chat because you could upset the chat if you did something like that. Heather, hello. Hello. Oh, thank you, Harriet. Thank you for promoting Rexy. Thank you kindly. Blacksmith, this was in Hastings in East Sussex, and that was where I did my outing to earlier today. And I'll tell you why I went to Hastings earlier today, Blacksmith. It was because I rode on they've got two funicular railways in Hastings, and I hadn't rode on one of them for quite a long time, for about 3.5 years. So I wanted to ride it today, and I thought, okay, you know what, I'm going to ride on both, and I rode on both, and pleasant experience. There's certainly nothing better than riding on a funicular railway at times. Thank you, Heather, for your friendliness towards Blacksmith, Hailey, and Pamela. Yes, no, I'm with you completely on that, Wanda. History is beautiful and should not be erased with modern structures. Wanda, I'm 100% completely with you on that. I'm completely 100% with you on that. Historic buildings should not be erased with modern structures. No, not at all. No, preserve our historic older buildings is what I would so say. Thank you. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you kindly. Oh, thank you, Betty, for your friendliness towards Heather. Thank you. True that. True that. Oh, how safe is this in regard to your Sophie? I would advise her to be very, very careful. I'd advise her to be very careful. And I think somebody like Zeph would advise her not to have specific valuables out in Greater London. So I would advise caution. I mean, had I been with your Sophie, I would keep a lookout. I would watch her. I would be watching her probably every step of the way had I been with her. You know, if I was with her, I'd be watching her every step of the way if I was, you know. In the way that I feel protective of you, Wanda, I'd probably be feeling the same towards your lovely Sophie. But if this was too much for your Sophie, Wanda, my sincerest apologies. But just showing a protective side, that's all. Yes, Maureen, I'm with you on that. Well said. Oh, yes, you take care. Ta-ta for now, my lovely Pamela. Ta-ta for now. Oh, no, it's horrific. Oh, it's horrific. Horrific. I've not seen the London protest. No, now I've just found out it's a Tommy Robinson protest. Yes, unfortunately, Nutmeg, yes. Most by and large so, yes. By and large, mostly, yes. No, it's just horrific. It's just horrific. It's just horrific how cities now have become targets. It's so awful in this day and age. I mean, it's so horrific in this day and age that large cities have become targets for violence and just making them unsafe. It's horrific. You'd really think in this day and age our cities would be safe and would be safe and sustainable and worth and safe to go to, but they're clearly not now. Awful. Absolutely awful. So one thing I would say, Wanda, is I would advise your Sophie to be very careful. Oh, it's so shit. It is so shit that old buildings get taken down. Excuse the language, but it's bloody shit. The parents lived in Hammersmith in the 80s. And speaking of Moxie, now it does familiarize me, the name Moxie. I mean, Pamela's not here at the moment. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, no. Heather, not Toronto. Oh, no, not Toronto. I mean, it's just how the hell did these once enchanted and wonderful cities become targets for violence and unsavory acts? Just how the hell could this have happened? It's bloody demoralizing that these cities have now got to this point in this day and age. It's no wonder why some of my friends wouldn't visit certain cities now, or let alone New York, because of violence and those kinds of risks and all that. No, but Moxie. Oh, yes, I've just remembered now. Moxie. My former teacher from primary school. You know, Moxie was the name of my former primary school teacher's cat, and this was a male cat, by the way. This was a male cat. He wasn't female. Just to say. You know, so yes, I thought I'd share that. Moxie the cat, my friend's cat. You know, and sometimes if we'd finished a lesson early, my teacher, this primary school teacher, I actually had a crush on her, and she just came back in a dream of mine. I saw her. I mean, as clearly as anything in a dream of mine. I saw her as clearly as anything. You know, and I woke up and I actually said her name when I woke up. After I had that strange dream of her, featuring her in it. I had a crush on her, but I never spoke about it. She was a very, very lovely, very, very nice looking lady. Very pretty, this teacher was. She was a brunette. She was a brunette, green eyes, very pretty lady. Oh my goodness, my goodness. I've hardly ever shared this, but I do have a thing. I've got an affinity towards blondes and brunettes. I thought I'd share this now with all of you. I thought I'd share this revelation now. You know. No, I mean, no, I have got an affinity for blondes and brunettes. I thought I'd share that. Sorry, I've got a text message. Wait a moment. It's not a nice way to build things without bricks and stylish facade. It's awful. I have not, Heather. No, unfortunately not. I'm afraid not. No. I haven't seen this YouTuber yet, but it's an idea to check out. Don't worry, Harriet, I'm going to take action. Can we now stop talking about tearing down historic buildings now, please? Because it's going to upset the chat if we talk about it too much in depth. Well, your Sophie's too trusting in your... Sophie's too trusting, Wanda. Oh, gosh. No, I'm 5'8", Wanda. I'm 5'8", not 5'9". I'm 5'8" of height, 11 stone of weight, which in the American and Canadian neck of the woods is 154 pounds. Thought I'd share that. No, it's 5'8", and Mother is 5'6", on the other hand. So where I come from, it's a fairly small family, particularly on Mother's side, Mother's end, because it's all 5'6" and under. Oh, you know. Well, mind you, both my grandmothers are short, Wanda, at 5'2" and 5'3", respectively. Short ladies is how you describe them. You know. Pleasure, Harriet. No. No, but just be careful how much you talk about tearing down historic buildings. This is true, Heather, that I am 5'8" of height, but thank you. Thank you, Heather. Thank you kindly. Oh, gosh, that's tall. That's tall for a lady. No, I think I have met a lady who was about over 6 foot. It was a classic Chevy owner. I mean, I was surprised when I met her. She had to have been about the height of my friend Mark, who's my hairdresser. He's 6'2" of height. I mean, she easily had to have been about his sort of height, something like that. And the husband had to have been, and the husband had to have been about 6'4", something like that, of the classic Chevy owner. And the daughter was taller than 6 foot. Certainly no shorter than 6 foot easily. I have met some tall ones. The Route 380 starts tomorrow as the first bus leaves Reigate Bancroft Road at 6 o'clock. Oh! You're a brunette when you dye your grey hair. Don't worry, Nutmeg, you wouldn't be stirring the YouTube pot, but just be careful how often you talk about tearing down historic buildings, because it could upset the chat. Just want to give you that heads up, that's all. No. Ah, now this I thought I'd show you. Hastings and St. Leonard's. A nice sight to see. That is a sight I would certainly like. That's a sight I enjoy seeing for myself. Nothing more than an enchanted sign and an enchanted carvery work on that. I used to go to the Isle of Wight fairly often. I used to go every school holiday years and years ago until after my grandfather died, because sometime after my grandfather passed away, my grandmother moved back to the mainland. Oh, it would be around about March, April time, something like that, Nutmeg. So you're talking about another month or two before we start seeing things like daffodils, bluebells, something like that. Looks like a nice seaside plate. I couldn't agree with you more, Heather. Couldn't agree with you more. Lambing sea, yes. Normally, the spring in the UK, nutmeg, normally does by and large see the birth of newborn lambs and things. But what was I going to share a moment ago? But thank you for saying I was beautiful inside and out. But to share something more surprising, well, you know this already, Heather. My best friend David Scott, he's 5'4.5". I mean, you're talking a short man with David, 5'4.5". You know. And do we look like little and large together whenever we're stood next to one another? No, not necessarily. But I wouldn't say we look like little and large, but one could see a noticeable height difference between the two of us. Your granddaughter is lambing now. Oh, how interesting, Blacksmith. Very interesting indeed. All the spring lambs. You're driving home. Drive safely, won't you, Sapper? Drive safely, and I'll see you on your live stream. I mean, if I don't see you at the end of the live, of my live, I'll certainly see you on your live. Barry Scott's your uncle. Barry Scott. My bestie is David Scott. No. No, I do know that, Heather. And Heather, I do accept your sentimental philosophy extremely well. All good things come in small packages. Even my mother could show proof of that. With my mother being a 5'6" lady as she is, so really not all that tall. Well, she's a little bit taller than that of David, but not by very much. Not by all that a lot, really. Even my mother goes to prove that all good things come in small packages as well, as do all her brothers and sisters, because two of her brothers are also 5'6", like her, and one of her sisters is 5'6" as well, and the remaining three, are all shorter than 5'6". It's only 4 out of 7 who are 5'6" of height, because the shortest one out of all 7 is 5'4". Heather. I mean, the shortest, tallest, it'd be 5'4", 5'5", 5'5.5", and the other 4, the remaining 4, it's 5'6". My mother is just a gorgeous, smart lady. Thank you, Heather. Thank you kindly. You love watching the newborns. No, that's worth seeing. They're worth seeing. And it's always a wonderful sight. It's a variable sight. You want to do Isle of Wight at some point as you want to go to places around the south coast, hence the name, to record on buses. You haven't been to Isle of Wight for 2 years? Oh, gosh, wow. I cannot tell you how thankful I am to have encountered David. I cannot tell you how thankful I am to have encountered David. Maureen, I appreciate every bit of the friendship that we have. Oh, did he really? Did he really? Impressive, impressive. You hope to do Worthing and Brighton in the future. There's the Worthing Bus Rally. It's Worthing Bus Rally. You might run into Jonathan and I, or David and I, because David and Jonathan are known to do the Worthing Bus Rally. And what was the one that... I mean, it was just the picture. It was just the thumbnail picture. And if you wanted to know, Wonder, if you're still here, oh, Oh, ouch. That picture, if you wanted to know, Wanda, which was the thumbnail picture of this very live stream of mine, that was taken. That was taken at the Hastings commemorative military vehicle event. I've got quite a few pictures that showcase the very event. And that was actually taken in front of a real life vintage military vehicle, to tell you something, Wanda, if you wanted to know, because you said good day to me, and that was the picture of me stood in front of the military vehicle. Do people vacation in Blackpool? It has been known, Heather. They've got the Blackpool Tower that a lot of tourists are keenly appealed in going to. You go to the Stokes bus rally in Gosport. Interesting. You've been going the last couple of years. Particularly vintage ones, Nutmeg. Particularly vintage ones. Hi, Jodie. Hello to you. Hello. No, but I want to show an interesting picture that I saw. No, this is not the military vehicle event. Oh, there we are. No, it's here. That is the Hastings Funicular Railway that I rode on earlier today. If anyone wanted to know why I was in Hastings, that was why I went, because of the funicular railway, the brick inside tunnel and all that. Worth seeing. Well, worth seeing. Certainly is it worth seeing big time. Amphibious vehicles, not a bad question. I think they did at a certain point. Nutmeg, I think that was done at a certain point. The funicular railway is worth the ride on. It's worth riding. Nothing could beat a sight like that. That's the sort of stuff I like. Funicular railways and things. The West Hill lift, that's the West Hill lift, Hastings Funicular Railway. That's the West Hill version. No, you do like Coronation Street, don't you, Heather? I think I remember you telling me about it. Went to Skegness a couple of... Yes, that is another UK popular seaside UK destination. Yes, I know that well and truly so. Yes. I do know that, Heather. I know that only too well. I certainly do know that. I would advise you skip London, Nutmeg. I would advise that. No, well, Nutmeg. No, I won't talk about it on the chat. Well, I'll talk to you about it privately regarding London, okay? I'll send you a private Discord message, all right? I'll send you a private message. You know, Sorry if my face fell a moment, but I'll explain it to you on a private Discord, all right? Okay. Sorry, Nutmeg. I'm not annoyed or anything, but I'll have a little talk to you. I'll talk to you about in a private. Bournemouth, Dorset, or Weymouth, Dorset is enchanted. Is enchanted. I would recommend that. You know. I love my girlfriend. Hello to you. Hello. As does I too, Nutmeg. As does I. I certainly like that too. Love West Bay. I've never been to West Bay, but I have been to Weymouth and Bournemouth, though, on the other hand, Blacksmith. But West Bay I'll give a try. Couldn't agree with you more, Nutmeg. Couldn't agree with you more. Oh, Josh. Hello, Josh. Hello to you. I like serenity of countryside and seaside too. Gets a bit boring to just look at a city 24/7, doesn't it? All righty. Oh, yes, that's the one I'm missing. Heather, Paddington in Peru. I would recommend it to yourself and your dearly loved son big time. When I watched it, I enjoyed it immensely. I mean, oh my goodness, Heather, was it thoroughly enjoyable. Unlike a lot of newer modern day movies, Heather, a lot of modern day movies are very overly done to death. But this one, however, on the other hand, Paddington in Peru, it's just fantastic. It's well and truly fantastic. It's not overly done. It's not done to death, and it's a movie that really. I just wish there were more movies like Paddington movies in this day and age. Too many movies, too many newer modern day movies now these days revolve around a lot of violence, and all that. Haven't you noticed, Heather? A lot of newer modern day movies revolve a lot around violence and action and all that. A very graphic violence in action, that is, I'm referring to. 14th of February. Yes, 14th. It was going to be 17th of January. Now it's 14th of February. It's going to come out. Gorgeous alive! Gorgeous alive! Feel blessed to live in a safe area. Thank goodness you're not in the dangerous parts of London. Thank God. Thank goodness for that. Right, I'm going to show a good picture, and I'm going to show a good few more. Now, this here, in my opinion, nothing can beat a good historic building like that. This is the ticket office building to the one of the Hastings funicular railways. This is certainly something. This is certainly something wonderful to see. The funicular railway track is built onto a hill, Nutmeg, yes. What is it you'd like to tell, Josh? Go ahead. Go ahead. I actually went there many years ago, but I haven't been since. Looks like it's an old it's a funicular railway station. It's a funicular station, not standard gauge railway station, Heather, just to let you know of things. Don't know. Oh, your poor auntie, Josh. Hope she gets well soon. And what is it I was going to look for? It was a picture. It was my thumbnail picture for this live stream. I'm going to show the original because Wanda commented I was before the live stream came on, and I've got the picture I wanted to show. Of me stood beside in front of the military vehicle. Oh, how exciting! How exciting for your son, Heather. How very exciting for Ronnie, indeed. Good luck, Ronnie. Hope it goes well, your musical play. Now this here, this is an original picture. That thumbnail picture, this is the original picture here of a military vehicle at the Hastings the Stade. This was in Hastings in East Sussex, by the way. And that here is a guy dressed in military uniform to represent the event and showing, I think events like these, certainly in my opinion, they do represent the forthright importance of showing our respect to our ex-military people and those who served in the armed forces. Good luck with it, Josh. I hope it goes well. Hope it goes well, your trip to hell. And I've got another good picture I'd like to show. Thank you, Heather. Thank you kindly. Hull is a place in Yorkshire, in England. We can never show enough respect for our military, past and present. Respect towards our ex-military veterans, Nutmeg, comes at the forthright, utmost importance for those who served in the armed forces. And that's another picture of me with a few people dressed in ex-military military uniform. I'm going to try and get another good. If I go to the one in, well, I'm largely expected to go to the next one in April of 2025. I'm going to try and get a good one with a group of military people in military uniform, and try and make it a good picture. Those are a few pictures from the Hastings commemorative military vehicle event. Indeed, Wanda, you couldn't have put it more greatly than that. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you kindly. And there's another military, a picture of me in a military vehicle, and a guy dressed in a military uniform here, representing the military. I'm the small man, Sir Lord Dandy, with the blue coat and brown bag, and the brownish yellow scarf I've got on. I'm on the left, stood in front. I'm the one stood on the left, Sir Lord Dandy. 4 chiming clocks, interesting. And also I've got the yellow gloves on because it was a cold day. It was a cold day when I went. Haste, Nutmeg, wait a moment. Oh, I'd kill for summer, Josh. I'd kill for a good summer now. But so, Lord Dandy, to answer your very questioning, I'm the one on the left. I think if Wanda's wanting to know why I think Wanda's going to want to know why I've got the gloves on in April and a scarf nearly fully wrapped around the neck. Well, if you wanted to know, Wanda, or any of you in here, I was cold. Well, knowing me, I feel the cold. But just to say, Sir Lord Dandy, I'm the small man on the left. If you wanted to know which one was me, I'm the small man on the left. Britannia's finest. Hello. Oh, not only would I want to get out in the garden, but get out event attending and enjoying a nice the longer evenings, because the longer the evenings, the more of an opportunity it gives to go out. Oh yes, just to let you know, before we finish the live stream, yes, you said before, Wanda. Yes, you said before. Yes, Wanda knows actually, Heather. She actually knows that. Yeah. Wait a minute. I need to explain something to Sir Lord Dandy. Oh no worries. But just to let you know, why I say I'm a small man, Sir Lord Dandy, is because of my only 5'8" of height. To tell you something, my 5'8" of height and 11 stone of weight, which in the American and Canadian neck of the woods is 154 pounds. You know. But now, before we finish the live stream here, Harriet has got a good point to so share. Now, on the 3rd of February of 2025 at 7 p.m. UK time, Sapper and I, we're going to be launching our podcast series together. Well, Sapper and I, I'm doing an interview with Sapper, which is going to mark the showcase beginnings of a podcast series I've been talking about and showing and expressing an interest in starting since around about October 2024. And after that, and that's going to mark the showcase beginning. So Sapper and I, I'm doing an interview with Sapper. Well, I'm interviewing him, and it's going to be aired live on my channel at 7 p.m. UK time. So there you are. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Britannia's first. Thank you. Here's to being short men. I mean, are you a short man yourself? I mean, I'm not 5'8" in height. That's not necessarily a short height for a man, no, but it's not all that tall. I mean, and well, to tell you something, my mother's even shorter than I. Not only is she even shorter, she's also even smaller physically. Says to a lady who used to have a 24-inch waist. Because my mother had a 24-inch waist years ago until she was about 20. I mean, now she's got a waist size no bigger than about a 27, 28 waist. Whereas I, on the other hand, taking into account my 11 stone of weight, I've only got a 30-inch waist, to tell you something, but it was smaller years ago. I've had a 30-inch waist since I was about 20. Oh, yes, it's 8 p.m. UK time. Sorry, 8 p.m. UK time on the 3rd of February. Sapper and I are going to be interviewing Sapper that day on the 3rd of February, 2024. Oh, gosh, you're certainly taller than I. I seem much taller because I stand tall. A lot of people do confuse me for being taller. I think it's probably because I'm generally stood up straight. But if you see me in person, I'm actually physically not that tall a man. 4'18". I think you're pulling my leg. 4'18". Actually, no, wait a minute. 4'12". That would be 5 feet. Plus 18, that would be 5'8". If you're 4'18", you'd be 5'8". Steve. I have good posture. Thank you, Nutmeg. Thank you. My mother does too, as does my own mother. She's got good posture, and David as well. David does as well. I'm just going to show one more, but we've really got to finish things off because we've gone over time. No. Possibly later this month, but I don't know when I'm going to do a late nighter. And, right, okay. And here, that's a picture of David and I. Now, this is what 5'4.5" and 5'8" looks like between the two of us. You know, that's the two of us together, David and I, 5'4.5" and 5'8". I mean, it's not exactly little and large, no, but it's a noticeable height difference between the two of us. Had it been, say, maybe 5'3" and 6 foot, yes, that's little and large. But 5'4.5" and 5'8", not exactly little and large, no, not exactly. You take care, John Marie, ta-ta for now. And now, it's time to finish things off. Thanks, everybody, most greatly, sincerely, for watching. And here's to the live stream interview with Shapper and I for Monday. And then after that, the next live stream, inspirational live stream wise, it should be taking place on the, it should be taking place Oh, is she? Okay. Sophie is leaving later in the month now, as she has surprisingly been invited by 3 different schools to attend. It will be after the 21st. Okay. I'll get it up quickly. I'm going to get the picture up quickly again, and I've really got to finish things off. Because otherwise I'm going to get moaned at if I prolong it any longer. Sir Lord Dandy, David, he's the short man on the left. The very short man with the woolen hat and the green jacket and the dark blue slim fit trousers, but the bigger 32-inch waist, he's the one on the left. Because we're generally about the same weight, David and I. Well, he has a varied weight of 10 stone 8, 148 to 154 pounds or 11 stone, but he was 166 pounds when I first met him. No, but good luck with the invite Sophie's got, and I'm hoping the 3 different schools she goes to will work out okay. And I hope she has a safe flight to the United Kingdom, and if I run into her, be fantastic. If not, never mind. Now, I've really got to finish. I hope I answered Sir Lord Dandy's question. You take care, Harriet. Goodbye, and may your good wishes be bringing you great expectations of happiness.